No, that's fine. Let it die. Let it die. Slow, painful death. Welcome to DromeBox and to the Community Emulator. And hello, audience, and hello, people in their underwear. Thank you for joining us tonight. We have an incredible show for you tonight. I got to see something incredible today, too. I went to a Subway restaurant because I'm 30 and still don't know how to take care of myself. And the dude in front of me in line tried to, on his ingredients, order a sweet pepper, what are they called? A banana pepper, yeah. But instead of saying banana pepper, he said, I'd like a spicy fruit. And no one stopped or thought that was weird, but they knew exactly what he wanted. I was like, oh, that's odd. And then the guy behind me in line said that he wanted, instead of Munster cheese, monster cheese. And they also, so I was like, everyone at the Subway knows what these words mean, so they must have not be hearing them for the first time. So I tried it out for myself. I tried to order a chunky mayonnaise sandwich, and sure enough, foot-long tuna. That's the magic. That's how the magic happens. Like many of you, I let think pieces control all of my decisions and opinions. I know that catcalling is bad. I've heard that catcalling is bad. I believe it to be ineffective, but I'd never done it before, and I have a curious spirit, so I gave it a shot the other day, which I feel like I'm almost entitled to, not to really mansplain this, but I did work as a construction worker for 4 years and never so much as whistled at anybody, so now I'm like, get one in. And I fucking promised this was supposed to be cute. I was driving in my car and I saw my girlfriend walking down the street, and so I catcalled her. I shouted, "Hey, you're my girlfriend!" And I forgot that women in Los Angeles already have a wall built up that you don't look to see, like, oh, who's that? Could that person be somebody I know? It was just like, nope, hello, fuck you, go away, silence, angry walk. So I immediately pulled the car over and called her to be like, that was me that catcalled you. I was the man catcalling from the car, thinking still that this would wind up being cute. And she was like, I'm in the apartment. I am not out on the street at all. So not only am I in trouble now for not knowing what my girlfriend looks like, which, whoops, I definitely did actually catcall a person, which puts a weird darkness, because even if you did something ironically, like, oh, that's almost worse. And what I shouted at her wasn't just normal catcall stuff, it was the most possessive, angry, like, you belong to me! You're a thing! So I can't take that back. So I was looking for a real karmic retribution way to get back behind that 8-ball. And the other night I was leaving a show in Burbank, and it had to be Burbank, of course it was, and was driving down this patch of kind of dark road, and there was a dude chasing a woman, kind of yelling at her, and you could tell she did not want whatever was happening, and they were not just like a couple in a fight. I was watching a dude like catcall and hassle and chase after a woman. So I pulled my car up alongside him and rolled down the window, and I began to catcall him in a process I now refer to as dog calling, where you're like, hey dog, sup, dog, what you doing? Where you going? And he wouldn't respond to me and kept chasing the woman until I pulled the move that will get anyone to turn around and pay attention to you, which is the, hey, I know you can hear me. And then I tried to make it a little, like, gay, too, at the end, with those big, beautiful ears. Oh, he was furious, the combination of a man being attracted to him and somebody chasing him with a car. So he spins around and just starts screaming in my window about how to be polite to a stranger, which couldn't make that up if I tried. And while he's doing that, and spitting at me, the girl kind of goes and disappears into the night. And then you watch this dude just bile shooting out of his face while explaining politeness to me, like burr and burr, and then looked back and realized his prey was gone and was like, yeah, never mind. And then he apologized to me. He's like, hey, sorry, man. And I was so disarmed by that thing that now, like, whatever demon had possessed his dick and forced him to be that way to that woman was just gone now. And we were just two bros hanging out who could, like, apologize. Like, I didn't mean to take up your time. And I was so disarmed by it that I apologized back to him. I was like, oh, no, it's okay. I saw you assaulting a woman. I just thought of it. And then we just stayed there in the moment. Like, I could have driven away or he could have walked away, but we just sort of like chilled. Like, now that he was just my bro again. And in order to break the silence, which I was like, hey, do you need a ride home? This is kind of a dangerous neighborhood. And I hoped that he would understand what I was saying about him, which was still, I caught you being like a weird rapist dude, and I stopped you from being a weird rapist dude. Like, don't do that again. But instead he was like, yeah, and hopped in the car with me so I could drive him home, which is the weirdest part about dog calling, is that it actually works. Like, I yelled at a man on the street, and then he got into my car, and I could have done anything with him. So dog calling, take that with you. You can make something of it for yourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, your first comic coming to the stage tonight. She is so goddamn funny, and I am so thrilled that she is here. Put your hands together for Lisa Best.
You hear that? I'm goddamn funny. Yeah. Silence, awkwardness, already. Perfect. How are we doing? We doing okay? Yeah? You guys looking at the birds? This is how cults form. This is what it feels like. What if I was to just give like a riveting speech about birds? This is very awkward. I'm so dumb I don't even know what kind of birds those are. I can't even successfully like riff on the birds because I'm too dumb to know what kind of birds they are. I just got my voice back, so you're welcome. I lost my voice for a couple weeks because I got sick because I was on a plane because I have made it. My career is going perfectly. And I was on a plane and I got licked by a baby. What? Yes, I was on a plane and a baby just started licking me. I was sitting in the middle seat, right? I had my headphones in, my eyes were closed. I was not talking to anybody because I am a decent human being. You keep to yourself on the goddamn plane, right? And then all of a sudden I felt this like wetness on my hand, and I turned and I looked, and there was just a baby licking me, just looking up at me with his big dumb baby eyes. And I looked at him as if to say, like, what's up, baby? And he just kept licking me. Yes. That's the difference between a baby and an adult, okay? When you get your hand licked by an adult, as you do, and you make eye contact, he stops licking you. Like, a baby keeps going. Like, I'd like to, by the way, like, I wasn't, like, there was a mom there. Like, it wasn't just like a baby, just like sitting alone in the seat, it was just like the seatbelt and just like his head. Like, I wasn't like on like a baby plane, just like a bunch of babies running rogue. There was a mom, but she was sleeping, and she, like, some sort of apparatus attached the baby to her, but the baby was wide awake, and he was just like rolling around like, this is the moment I've been waiting for. And then, like, here's my big, like, what if I just started licking the baby back? It's my biggest regret. It's like, we're in the clouds, there are no rules, baby. I'll lick your shiny bald head like a lollipop, let's go. The mom just wakes up, I'm just licking her baby. It's like, what are you doing? He started it! End of that joke. It got me sick, and I couldn't afford to see a doctor to get, like, antibiotics. So I just started asking people on the street what I should do. I'm in the financial bracket. If you have an opinion, you're my doctor. It's just like, what does this mean? I'll get you a coat and a stool. Let's do this. I'm so poor. Last week for breakfast, I had rice. And then for dinner, I had rice with salt. I didn't add salt the first time, so I could look forward to dinner. That's my strategy. To make this less awkward, should I sit? I feel like everything Cosby did is up for grabs. Sit. I was like, what if I named my first album Himself? You know? But like in this day and age, I feel like I would just accidentally come out as transsexual. Like, I can't do that. Can't risk it for a joke. I feel like moving around just to make the camera people think, oh, this is an easy gig. It's stand-ups. I'm gonna run around. Catch up. Start rolling around. I recently got invited to a party. Doing it. Right here. Doing it. Here's the thing, guys. Getting invited to a party is so much cooler than being at a party, okay? Parties are terrifying, right? Because everybody wants to talk to you, but it's not real talk, it's small talk, right? And I don't know how to handle small talk. Whenever somebody approaches me with a vague generality, I get nervous and then I reveal entirely too much about myself. They go, hey Lisa, how are you? I don't know what a social security number is. Okay. Did you have a good weekend? Yeah, I bought a new bed because I can't sleep and I blamed my mattress instead of my crippling anxiety. Do you see any good movies lately? Yeah, I rented one last night and then I watched it naked just because I could. And then this morning I just about covered a popcorn kernel in my butt. What? How are you, Robert? Yeah. You ever pretend your dog is the president and then hold fake press conferences with President Dog? Me neither. Who has gum? I don't know where you guys are at in your lives, but I'm in this weird phase where I get real drunk and then I send emails to people I like. I call it a phase and not my personality. But, I don't know. A lot of people send drunk text messages, right? I send drunk emails. I'm very romantic, okay? A drunk text, I don't like them. It's very I'm drunk. Let's do naked things together. Grow up, okay? Amateur move. A drunk email is very, you're captivating. Click, send. Oh no. I'd like to think that drunken mistakes have always been a part of our history, right? We've just evolved with technology. I'd like to think that if I was around in the 1700s, I would just be getting smashed at the local saloon, and then my friends would be like, don't even think about sending errand post. Give me your stamps. And your quill. And your wax ring. Oh no! How cool would that be if I just walked around with a wax ring? It'd be fucking awesome, is what it would be. If I just jumped. I like the person who just doesn't understand crowd surfing. I'm just yeah, rock on! And then there's nobody there. These are my clothes. I dressed myself. Thank you. Not very good at it, I'm aware. I've never picked out an outfit, looked in the mirror, and went, exactly. This is it. Nailed it. Never done that with my clothes. I do have to start wearing makeup. I need to start wearing makeup because nobody ever thinks that I'm ready. Ever. It's all right, Lisa, we got to get going if you want to, fix yourself up. I'm done. Oh, no, it's okay. We can be a little bit late. Like, you do what you gotta do. This is it. This is all that I am. Now we're gonna be in public. There's people there. Oh, okay. I just go to the bathroom and put a big lipstick X across my face. All right, boys, let's do this. Let's find the treasure. I don't know why I become a pirate when I do that. In case you're like, that was like a mediocre joke, but why'd you become a pirate? I don't know. What if that's just like how my friends got me to go out? It's like, I don't want to go, but Lisa, come on, you should go. I don't want to be in public, but you can be a pirate. Okay, I'll drive. Let's do it. Lately, I've been trying to be like a better person, right? I've been trying to stay informed, right? It's like, I'm going to do that. I'm going to stay informed. Been watching the news a lot, right? Scared and alone. How do I fix it? Current events. Apparently, there are some unhappy people in the Middle East. I'm going to be honest, I don't know the specifics. I know shockingly little about what is actually happening in the Middle East, which I admit is shameful. Like, I should know, I should be aware, but I will say this. It is too late for me to learn. Too much has happened. It's like the Middle East is in season 7. I'm not familiar with any of the characters because I was not tuned in for seasons 1 through 6. My friends have tried to fill me in. They're like, previously on the Middle East, Israel was like, Jerusalem is ours. And then Palestine was like, no, Jerusalem is ours. And I'm like, who's Jerusalem? Is that the smoke monster? What's happening? I don't get it. Now whenever somebody asks me something that I don't know, which is all the time, I respond with an interesting fact about animals. Feel free to use it. No follow-ups, guaranteed. Like, did you hear what happened at the Gaza Strip? Male ostriches roar like lions. What? I might not be able to contribute to this conversation, but I will prove that I am of value. And then just a pocket full of glitter, and I just run away. Always have a pocket full of glitter at all times. And in the other pocket, a pocket full of sand. So that when you're sad, you could just pull it out and kick it. Then everyone will know. Oh, God. This is it, guys. Oh, boy, what if I just fell down? You know how you learn that you're the disappointment of your family? Anyone know how you figure that out? You guys are like asleep on a couch. I feel like you probably are the disappointments of your family. We're in a weird place, emotionally and physically. Here's how you know you're the disappointment. It's based on what you talk about when you go home to see your family. It's what you versus your siblings, what you decide to share at the dinner table, okay? This is what it's like when I go home. It goes, brother number 1, I got a promotion. Brother number 2, I'm engaged. I cut my own hair. Brother number 1, I bought a boat. Brother number 2, I bought a bigger boat. Sometimes I sit in the shower and pretend it's raining. Hey, Dad, pass the biscuits. I don't know. Here's how else I know. I get a weird sense of pride when I put on my sneakers without having to untie my shoelaces. Makes me feel really good to put extra skip in my step. Sleepy girl over here is nodding. She's like, oh, I get it. I've spent my free time Googling terrifying ways to die. I live in a man's backyard, And I am frequently afraid to go home at night because there is a possum who thinks my house is his house. So, but I'm going to be fine because my senior yearbook quote was Hakuna Matata. So, that is my problem-free philosophy. Disney, sue me, I dare you! I used to always have roommates, right? I live alone in my shed. I live in a shed. I live in what was once this man's shed. Where my bed is where there were once shovels. Probably a dead person. I don't know. He's got crazy eyes. I don't trust him. But I used to always have roommates, and now I live alone. And I don't have an alarm system or anything like that. But I do have a big dumb friend named Dave who keeps telling me I'm gonna get attacked. Like every day. And I don't usually believe the things Dave says because Dave believes in Bigfoot. He's also that friend that you have who gets real drunk and then you have to say things to him like, Dave, don't touch the fire. Or Dave, don't eat the fire. Or Dave, how are you holding fire? Like, how are you doing it? But I appreciate that he cares for my safety. He tells me every day that he thinks that I'm going to get killed, which is nice. I appreciate that he cares about me. But he's like, I just don't think that you're aware that, you're in danger. You're a young woman, you live alone, you're in danger. Look, I am a lady, okay? I already know. I don't think a lady ever wakes up in the morning thinking, today I'm feeling particularly safe. Like, that's never happened. But every day he tells me, he's like, hey, Lisa, did you watch that YouTube clip about how to defend yourself in case of an attack? Or Lisa, did you put a weapon in every room of your house so that you can defend yourself in case of an attack? Lisa, do you have a plan of attack in the event that you are attacked? Dave, are you planning an attack? What is happening? To get him to leave me alone, I actually did. I put a weapon in every room of my house so that I can defend myself, no matter what room I am in. Also, on the plus side, have provided a fun scavenger hunt in the event that my attacker has come unprepared. Gruesome murder and a game! I'm a fun victim. All right, guys, well, thank you so much.
Keep it going for terrified woman, Lisa Best. The only girl in LA who could home alone herself. That's amazing. I, too, made the mistake of watching the news this week. It wasn't my call, though. I had some edible chocolate with some friends because we just had a day to kill. And we were like, you know what we'll do? We'll watch all of BoJack Horseman. And then I got to the Republican national debate episode of BoJack Horseman and was just like, wow, this show is crazy. And then people were texting me like, did you hear what Trump said? And that's when I realized I wasn't watching a cartoon for the last 3 hours. And that's a fucking horrible realization. Like, oh, this is real. I thought it was a hilarious Hanna-Barbera-esque satire. But no, this is our future. And we're in it. And I'm too high to turn it off. So that's a fun game to play. Ladies and gentlemen, your next comic coming to the stage. She tours with Lady to Lady. She tours with professional male comedian Brock Wilbur. She has an album recording coming up September 20th that you should be at. Put your hands together for Brandy Posey.
Thought you were reaching down to help me onto the stage. It was like, I'm 31, I'm not that old. Hollywood, listen up. All right, silence for the first bit, that's fine. Hey guys, I'm Brandy. I would have watched the Republican national debate, except I had something worse happen to me and I just couldn't emotionally handle it this week. I met a baby, and that baby's name was Brashton. Guys, we're naming children Brashton now, as in Brandon and Ashton. That's a child abuse. It's so fucked up. There's no way. Brashtons are going to be paying taxes 30 years from now, you guys. This is a horrific name. Whatever happened to, like, Victor? It's a nice name. You never hear it anymore. Stop mashing up names. Mashing up music makes you a douchebag. Mashing up names makes you a monster. It's horrific. The debates are going to be really interesting this year. Like, politics, Up until recently, like, I haven't really cared that much because, like, before the 24-hour news cycle, I always felt like Republicans or Democrats, like, whatever. At the end of the day, we're all just Quaid brothers. You know what I mean? Like, you're either Dennis or you're Randy. Like, that's who you are as a person. You know, like, Democrats are kind of like Dennis Quaid in that he's generally respected and he's, like, done some shitty stuff, but we kind of like him as a whole for the most part. Republicans, though, tend to be more like Randy Quaid, and then he's mostly known for being a crazy, ignorant redneck, except for that one time that he saved the world from aliens on Independence Day. Never forget! Millennials still like Independence Day, right? Make sure that the day that Independence Day is a reference is gone is the day that I quit comedy. Because it's the best movie. If I ever do outdoor open mics, a thing that I like to do is give up my time to Bill Pullman's speech. I'll just play it into a microphone and just stare at people while they watch me. It's fun. I have a day job because comedy doesn't pay my bills. Do any of you guys have day jobs? Anybody work here? Yes? Yes. Do you hate your job? Do you hate the thing that pays the bills? Yeah. That's just like what happens now. In 2015, nobody is fulfilled with what they do for a living. That's just like part of living, which is a bummer. What my day job is doesn't matter because what I think my company is really doing is producing midlife crises in 30-somethings just to power the grid. Like they've given up on like solar power and like corn oil and stuff, and they decided just to like keep the lights on with the ennui of millennials. Like that's what they do instead. Like every time I'm sitting there and I go, what am I doing with my life? The lights stay on for 5 more years. Like that's what's happening. Such a bummer. Like a couple of years ago, I was like working on something and a girl a couple cubicles down from me stopped, pushed herself out into the aisle, and she just went, somewhere over the rainbow. And then she stopped, realized what she had just done, and then pulled herself back into her cube. That's the darkest thing that I have ever seen, you guys. Do you understand that song is about realizing that your life is all black and white and you gotta get some color up in this bitch? She got one line of it out, then she was just like, no. The colors of my rainbow will be the ones in the Excel sheets that mean nothing. Fuck Microsoft Excel. It's the worst. And I've been there for a while, and like a couple of years ago, 6 of the women that I work with all got pregnant at the exact same time. Which is rough in a small office, especially when you're like the one that isn't, and you're like, I'm not judging you, but why all at once? Oh my God, this is awful. Because to me, there are like 2 kinds of people that have children. They're the kinds of people that have like decided actively to like give a kid a better life than their parents gave them. God bless you. You have as many kids as you want because you're how we get to Star Trek and not to Idiocracy. Like that's how you get that way. But then there's the kind of people that I work with who have a baby. So they can just trap something into loving them for the rest of their lives. They're just like, I'm really boring and my friends are picking up on it. I'm just gonna have a baby so I can just shove it in the basement and it'll love me forever because I'll just coddle it and it'll just be dependent on me. I'll create a dependent relationship with a monster from my womb. It'll be beautiful. That's who I work with. It's people who just like want to hide behind a picture of a baby on Facebook, just like the saddest remake of Benjamin Button that you've ever seen. Like your friends become a baby and you're like, what happened? We used to go out. This is bullshit. I'll come hang out with your baby, but I don't want to talk about your baby the entire time. I was at a party recently, and like nobody brought a kid except for this one woman that I had not met before, and she brought this baby. And then she would walk up to groups of people that were having adult conversations, and she would just stand there with her child until we all acknowledged the child, and then she would take it to another group. And I was like, stop making me validate what you did. Like, I don't care. I'm sorry. I don't want to, like, I'm not going to, like, sit here, like, do you want a cookie? I'm not going to start carrying cookies for strange children, because I was taught my entire life that's a bad thing to do. Don't make me start doing that. It's infuriating. Man, the worst part about them all getting pregnant was they had this baby shower during office hours, which is bullshit for a couple of reasons. I'm not friends with anybody they work with, because a couple of years ago, I was making a bunch of copies, and one of my bosses came up to me, and he was like, careful, you're going to break that copy machine. And I, being a comedian, was like, it's okay, a copy machine killed my family. Hilarious joke. Take it for your own offices, take it. But be careful when you use it, because for the next 6 months, at least once a week, that guy would come up to me, bang on my desk, and go, hey, watch out for those copy machines, they're coming for you. So no, I'm not friends with anybody that I work with. I'm just not. I also have this thing that like gets me through the weeks called Chipotle Thursdays. I don't know if anybody else has like a barbacoa burrito bowl with like sour cream and guac, because I don't give a fuck. Just make that, and that gets you over the hump into Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then you just do it all again until you die, because that's the American dream. It should be that like the realistic American dream is being fired and having unemployment for a couple of months so you can just sleep. Like that's what it's become, where you're like, can I just get fired so I can just like feel who I am in my body for a minute? That would be so nice. So I go to this baby shower, I don't get food, I can't go get my barbacoa burrito bowl, so I go, and the worst part about that was they had this giant buffet of food set up and nobody wanted to touch because food guilt. So I decided, guys, I'm quitting comedy and I'm quitting that job. So I'm starting my own business where you can hire me and I will come and be the first person to eat at your public function. I'm gonna show up and be like, how many kinds of Doritos are at this party? Only 2. Don't worry, guys, I brought a 3rd in a fanny pack. Let's do it, yeah! And then mix them all up, Russian roulette style, and just pop them into my mouth because it's all poison. It doesn't matter anyway, you know? I then take regular and double stuffed Oreos apart and make a tiny little white ivory tower of diabetes. And then just unhinge my jaw like a boa constrictor and just shove them all inside at once. Never mentioning a diet that I've gone off of for the night, because sometimes this is what a woman looks like, and how about we all just get the fuck over it? Couple of laughs. Someone else is just like, what if you just like did some burpees in the morning? What if you just like started your day with some burpees? I have a college degree and I pay taxes. I don't do a thing called a burpee. It's like a burp and a slurpee. That's what it sounds like. If it's supposed to be good for me, give it a nice name. I don't do that shit. What are you talking about? It's crazy. I'm from Maryland originally, and when I moved out to LA, I realized that I was like morbidly obese by Los Angeles standards, which is a real bummer to find out when you follow your dreams. So when I first got here, I signed up for a 3-year contract at Bally Total Fitness because I was like, that'll be the ticket, that'll do it. But like most of my relationships, it fizzled into nothing, and now when I pass one, I feel awkward. But they keep sending me mail trying to win me back. I don't know, we'll read you guys this. This is a letter that was sent to me by my ex-gymnasium, and it's real. This is a real thing that was sent to me. At the top it says, "Donut, feel guilty." Dear Brandy, it's felt weird lately. Sure, we'll have a moment here and there, but I feel like there's a heavy cloud hanging over you when we meet. What is it? Is it something we can talk about? Maybe there's some way for us to recapture that moment when you can enjoy me with reckless abandonment. I want you to smile when licking me off your lips. It's why I exist. Missing the real you. Sprinkles. Then there's a picture of a donut with a kiss mark next to it. And then it says, love donuts like they want to be loved without guilt. Renew your Bally's membership today. I gave them money for 3 years. And they sent me a letter from a slutty donut, which is horrifying. If this had come from like a promiscuous bran muffin, maybe I'd be fine with it. That would be fine. Guys, it came from a fucking donut. Also, it came from a donut with a hole and with sprinkles on top of it. Fuck you, I'm an adult. I ate donuts with filling inside of them. Get a goddamn Boston cream. You get a jelly donut. If you're feeling exotic, maybe you get a lemon donut. If you pay all your bills and the checks don't bounce, then you get an apple fritter. Anybody else? Yeah, food's a reward. Fuck yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. And it's crazy they put the fact that I quit my gym completely on me, as opposed to like, I don't know, maybe I quit my gym because like, you know the weird personal training session they give you that just makes you feel bad about yourself and doesn't actually teach you anything about the gym? And you go and you're like, well, I could drive here and now my arms don't work and I can't do anything for a week and a half. This is bullshit. That guy, he gave me his girlfriend's headshot, and her name was Natalia and she was from Brazil. My name is Brandy and I am from Baltimore. And there is absolutely no way that I will ever be Brazilian Natalia attractive. Fuck you, man, I'm in sweatpants. What are you doing right now? I tried today. That same dude also gave me like a 45-pound weight and just told me to like carry it backwards and forwards for like 5 minutes. And I was like, I want to be a sweet beach babe, not like Babe the Blue Ox. Why Are you treating me like a farm animal right now? I'm tilling fields, bro. I don't understand. What is going on? This is fucked up. Then I went to the steam room, and there was just like a naked homeless woman surrounded by plastic bags, just sweating into them like the saddest remake of Waterworld that you've ever seen. Just like, fuck, man, there's no dry land. This sucks. And I went and I got on the treadmill, and I was stretching, and this guy got on the treadmill next to me, and he looked over and he goes, "Yo, girl, do you know Bryan Adams? Because I bet all his songs are about you." And then he stayed. Like, you can't, fellas, you say shit like that, you fucking leave immediately and you go underground and you become a mole man because you don't deserve the sun. You get away from me. No, that dude stayed, so I did what any lady should do. I saw a self-respecting lady. I got down off my treadmill, I stopped my exercising, I walked to the side, and I waited about 5 minutes for him to really get that cardio bumping and start breathing really deeply. And then I walked back, and I winked at him, and I silently crop dusted the motherfucker. Farted on him because I'm a lady, you guys. And you will treat me with respect and dignity in this world. I winked when I did it, too. It was pretty fun. Like, hey, what's up, bro? Like, that's the nuclear option that, like, catcallers need to know about. Like, that's the thing that we should be doing. Like, anytime you get catcallared, like, women, we just fucking, like, let it rip. Every time somebody was like, "Hey, mommy," it would never happen again. That's the way we fucking end this shit. So I'm just saying. It's crazy because it happens all the time. It's really frustrating. Like, I got a message from a stranger on Facebook that was like, a complete stranger wrote to another person with feelings. It's fine. He just was like, "Your jokes are really weird, but your boobs are nice, so I guess that makes up for it." And I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Did you not mistake me for a human being? I apologize. My fault somehow." It's like, dude, if you want a boob so bad, just push that beer gut together and make a gut tit. You know what I'm talking about? That's all it is. A boob is just fat. Just like push it together on your little like computer chair. It's no longer it's not a belly button anymore, you guys. It becomes an inverted nipple on the gut tit. Then you can just swing around and just have one all to yourself. It's beautiful. It's great. It's bullshit. I had like a homeless guy came up to me in my neighborhood a couple weeks ago, and he was like, "Sick drumsticks." And like, I hope that was just traditional sexual harassment, not like starvation hallucinations. Thought I was like a turkey walking my little nugget down the road. So like, I live in a bad part of town. It's at the point in my neighborhood where now I consider my keys my stabbing keys, but when my dog shits in my bag, and I feel like I've leveled up in weaponry. It's real fun. Video game reference. Video game theme show. Fine. I don't know. That might be a little bit harsh. I'm sorry. I'm sitting up here and my fuckhole's acting like an opinion cave, you guys. But like, just treat us like people. Wah wah. Not that hard. It's so crazy because we have so many starlets that go a little bit like nuts or whatever. Like you see them and I completely understand why, because like, I hate the way that people talk to me, and I don't have television credits yet. You know what I mean? Like, can you imagine how many just like squares of strange dicks like Britney Spears get sent a day? Think about that. Think about what is on her Twitter. Like, people are making like just dicks that come from egg faces. Like, just eggs on Twitter are just sending her dicks all day long. Like, that's like that before 9 a.m., you know, before you've had a smoothie in the morning, you've seen 20 strange dicks. You're just like, man, this is crazy. I feel like she shaved her head a couple of years ago because she was just like, maybe if they don't think I'm attractive, they'll remember that I'm a human being. And it's crazy because, like, it doesn't work the other way around, you know? Like, nobody in this room has ever thought about Tom Hanks' dick before this moment. Not even Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks has never thought about his own penis. He's just like, yeah, I'm just Tom Hanks, and this is Tom Hanks, little Tom Hanks. It's fine. Like, he's never looked at it. He doesn't have to. He's just Tom Hanks. Like, we don't sexualize in the same way. Like, there aren't women out there that are just like sending pussies to Tom Hanks all day long. Like, that just isn't a thing that happens. I mean, feel free to start doing that to even the playing field if you want. It's funny because like a Twitter egg looks more like a vagina than like a dick anyway. I don't know. It's a weird riff. But like, the only person that's ever thought about Tom Hanks' dick before is Colin Hanks. Probably because he's never gonna have like the reputation of his father, but like he hopes that he's a little bit more well hung, right? Like that's, I don't know what it's like to be a man. I feel like if your dad does a better job than you, you're just like, I hope I have a bigger dick than my dad. Like that's what I assume being a man is like. It's just like making eye contact with your father from across the room and he throws you a beer and then one day you just catch it. And you're like, I love you, I'm gonna cry at your funeral. And he's like, don't make eye contact. Like is that what it's like to be a man? I don't know. I assume. Brock's like shrugging like, I don't know. Oh man. I'm pitching this new TV show, you guys. It's a mix of Quantum Leap and Sliders, where I leap into people about to eat sliders. Because I just want to get paid to eat mini cheeseburgers for a living. I don't know if you guys are like me. It's all I want. Although it doesn't actually matter if I ever end up on TV, because I have this new goal in life. You guys can feel free to take this for yourselves. The new goal in life is just to outlive my enemies. And it has made me a better person. Because every day I wake up and I'm like, maybe I should go to the gym. That might not be a bad idea, because someday I'm gonna dance on the graves of some assholes. Fuck yeah, hell yeah. That's why you get in shape, man. You just wanna outlive douchebags, that's it. Just like find somebody on a deathbed and be like, hey, remember me? Pick a top 40 song, I'm learning the choreography, and then I'm just gonna like twerk on your grave, bitch. That's how it goes down. I actually want to start like my own like chain of pop-up gyms around the country where we dance in the graves of our enemies and then we dig the graves of those who have yet to wrong us for upper body strength. Because everybody wants those Michelle Obama arms, you know what I'm talking about? They're fucking beautiful, that's why you get them from digging graves. Is that a political joke? I don't know. I don't know. It feels like it might be, but it might not be. I don't know. Where are my drones at, you guys? Everywhere. Everywhere. I'm gonna close with a very stupid impression, because why the fuck not? My least favorite president is Ronald Reagan, but my favorite president is Ronald Reagan. Bah, 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 bah. You guys know him, he was all like, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall, and then pick it up, boy! Thanks guys, I'm Brandy.
Brandy Posey. Look for her new animated series, Slutty Donut, coming to Adult Swim soon. I got to see a hit-on par with your Bryan Adams, Jim, when I went to get this dumb idiot haircut that I can't escape. The guy in the chair next to me started talking to the woman cutting his hair and started to tell her a story about a thing that happened to his friend recently. And as he kept going, it became obvious what he was recapping to her was the plot of the movie The Game, starring Michael Douglas as directed by David Fincher, which if you haven't seen that movie, it's like Fight Club for adults. It's just a bunch of weird things that can't possibly have ever happened to anyone for any reason. At about 3/4 of the way through the haircut, as he was like, and then you won't believe what happened to my buddy next. His company, and in unison, the girl said with him, set him up for child pornography because she'd seen the goddamn movie and had let him go on for 10 minutes pretending like she didn't know what was happening. And he paused and then continued, yeah, do we know the same guy? Holy shit! Oh my God. In that moment I was like, I think my dick is fine, but I'll never have the kind of sociopathic cock required to be caught in that lie and be like, I can spin this. I can still get a date out of this. I know I can pull it off. Guys, your last comic for the night. It's a real draw. It's a real cool thing to have her here. She's all the way from New York. She is on the Lady Parts Justice comedy tour. Put your hands together for Joyelle Johnson.
Woo! Hey, y'all look sexy. Shoes is off. I like that. You good, LA? Yeah. I have a confession. I've definitely thought about Tom Hanks' dick before. That's just some honesty, Brandy. Fuck you, bitch. I thought about the money pit Tom Hanks' dick. I've even thought about Forrest Gump Tom Hanks' dick. Punchline. Definitely didn't think about Philadelphia Tom Hanks' dick, that's for sure. That one was not thought about, but yeah. And don't be disrespecting Chet Hayes, okay? He'll come for that ass. Y'all know who Chet Hayes is? Yeah. That's the black alter ego of Tom Hanks' son. This motherfucker's a rapper. What? Chet Hayes gonna come battle rap all of us in this building. That is a man of privilege. Like, Rita, come get your son, bitch. Rita and Tom made a rapper. Okay, so let's do it. Let's do this thing. Happy to be here. I lived in LA for 6 years, so it's fun to come back. I lived on Melrose and La Brea, so depending on who I say that to, they will have a different reaction. Like if I tell a white person, they'll be like, oh, by Pink's. And if I tell a black person, they're like, Hot Wing Cafe. Those are the two references by where I lived, so Hot Wing Cafe all day. Like living out here. It's fun. I live in New York now, and dating is just as difficult. I'm on the OkCupid, killing the game. Tinder, say word. I'll be swiping left and right every day. Just to get, the weirder the message, the more apt I am to go on the date. Like, I like weirdo messages. I meet you in a very public place, but weirdo messages are my favorite. I like this one dude, opener. This was his opener. He was like, I want to be your cuckold. He didn't even say hi first. I had to Google it. I didn't know what a cuckold is. I didn't grow up with that term. I Googled it, and then I asked him, I was like, what does cuckold mean to you? And he was like, oh, well, like we date, then I take you shopping, buy you clothes. Eventually, I take you to clubs, you go inside, make out what to do, come out, tell me about it, and eventually I watch you guys have sex. And I was just like, that first part sounds amazing. Why doesn't everybody have a cuckold? Gonna take me shopping and let me hook up with a better looking dude? I'm on board. The older I get, the more I have respect for gold diggers. I'm like, bitch, you are achieving the dream. Gold digging, that's work though. The bitches get like waxing and nails done and hair done. Are you kidding me? I haven't even showered in 2 days. I don't know what I'm doing. Oof. Yeah, so he said cuckold, and I was like, ooh, this dude's a weirdo. Let's go out. You don't want to meet the cuckold dude? You have to meet the cuckold dude. Y'all watch Netflix. I go hang out with the cuckold dude because this is a television show. So, and the weirder the message, the more dollar signs on the Yelp review. So we're at an expensive ass restaurant. I date for food and entertainment. So I met him at this restaurant, and we're talking or whatever, and I told him, I was like, look, I Googled cuckold. That's not what you want to be. And I blew his mind. He was like, what? What do I want to be? I was like, you want to be a whittle. A whittle is an acquiescent cuckold. A whittle wants to get cheated on. Cuckold doesn't know they're being cheated on. He was just like, wow. I'm going to write that down. And I was like, did I just reclassify this dude's level of creepiness for him? You're not this creepy, you're that creepy. So we were on like the 4th course of the meal, and he found out I smoke weed. What you're going to find out meeting me, it's like, I'll let you know I smoke weed. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm a grown up. And he was just like, you know what? You should probably quit that. I don't like that. And I was like, am I being judged by somebody who wants to be my cuckold right now? I should quit smoking weed, really? I need a blunt to finish this date. What are you talking about? That guy was a weirdo. Dating is fun, I guess. I'm in the New York life, living that New York life. Like, what type of apartment do you live in? Do you have a roommate? No, yeah. Baller. You meet somebody in New York that don't have a roommate, be like, what? Either whose dick are you sucking? Like, what? You don't have a roommate? I'm in a 2-bedroom apartment, 3 people. There's a little tiny Jew man with long hair that lives in the living room. He looks like Jews' rendering of Jesus. That's what he looks like. He doesn't wash up often. I like my female roommate. She's cool, but she's the type of person that sends you emails with links to articles to better your life and then follows up to see if you read that shit. You all have that person in your life that's still sending emails with links to articles, like, and I can't dodge this bitch because I live with her, so she'll catch me coming out the shower and just sidle up on me like, did you read that article I sent you? Did you read that article? Did you read that 17-page New York Times article in 4-point font about stress? Did you read that article? No, bitch, I didn't read that article. Did you watch that TED Talk? Did you watch that 89-minute TED Talk about how porn is bad for you? No, I did not watch the TED Talk about porn is bad for me. Look, okay, I'm single and I get emotional when I have sex. You're not ruining porn for me, okay? That's all I have. I watch so much porn that they suggest videos based off my former selections, and 9 videos out of 10, they are correct. 5 guys, 1 girl, don't mind if I do. Click. You guys aren't into porn. All right, that's fine. Thought I was going to get more from that, especially from this guy right here, but you let me down. You're like in a porno pose right now. Like you're sitting there like you're waiting on a bitch to suck your dick. For some reason, a lot of women with their titties out have been talking to me lately. They want to have conversations. This is a new revelation for me because I don't like that. I don't like nudity. I'm not comfortable. I'm a never nude. I'm not a nude. I don't like it. Like I'll have sex under a burqa. I'm not into nudity. So I work at a gym. I'm a yoga instructor, and so I'm walking through the locker room, and this chick just wanted to have a conversation with her titties out. Like, why? And you can tell I'm a never nude because I just got out of the shower, but I had 4 towels on. Okay, like, that's how I roll. Cover it up. Okay. And her titties were huge too. They were like humongous. Like when you look at it, you're like, your back has got to hurt. Like those type of titties. She just wanted to have a conversation. And she didn't even have a titty out conversation topic. She was talking about her boring ass job. That's not titty out conversation. If you're gonna have your titties out, I need you to be talking about something interesting, like the grotto at the Playboy Mansion, or maybe Baywatch, perhaps. The movie Blue is the Warmest Color, or the song Closer by 9 Inch Nails. Studio 54, Cocaine. You could definitely talk about cocaine with your titties out. Grand Theft Auto 5. You could talk about that with your titties out. Strippers, porno, and breast milk. Those are appropriate titty out topics, not your boring ass day job. We having water cooler conversation with your titties out. Get the fuck out of here. I like to take. I have a story when I lived in LA. I lived here for 6 years, and you meet a lot of colorful characters living in LA for 6 years because everybody's in the industry, everybody's an actor, so that's always fun. I met this dude. I was on a beach in California. I was in Santa Monica Beach, having a blast. I was shooting this commercial. I was an extra, so it wasn't like important. But there was no eye candy, so that was weird for me because like I find eye candy anywhere. I could be at an old folks home, like Floyd was a banger back in the day, I could tell. Not gonna let those high waters fool me. I don't lack vision, that's what I'm saying. So I was on this beach doing this commercial, and there was no eye candy. Like 2 hours into the set, this gorgeous black dude walked onto the set, and I was just like, oh shit, he's cute. Something's gonna be wrong with him. But we hit it off immediately. We had a great conversation. He ain't had no kids. He went to college. He loved his mother. Score! Like baby daddy. But end of the day, red flags started popping up. The first red flag, 9-hour shoot day. End of the day, he's like, can I get a ride home? Not too much of a red flag, but, we're in LA, and he tried to blow smoke up my ass. He was like, well, I'm about to get a BMW or a Mercedes. Pause. If you're going to get a BMW or a Mercedes, you'd at least have a Ford Focus rental car right now, motherfucker. I'm not stupid, okay? But I want to bruise his ego, so I was like, all right, I'll give you a ride home. So we riding, and red flag number 2 pops up. He was like, yo, could we stop by my boy's house real quick and pick up my bag? Word, you asking me for a favor on top of a favor I haven't even finished yet? Lucky I haven't had sex in a while. So we drive from Santa Monica Beach to downtown Los Angeles in rush hour traffic. Yeah, it's one of those days. We get downtown, he goes upstairs. I'm calling my mother on the phone. I realize I've been on the phone with her for 25 minutes. Red flag number 3. I call him up, I was like, yo, what's up? He's like, oh, I'll be right down. Red flag number 4, he comes downstairs with a bag and a girl, right? They're across the street. I can't hear them, I can just see them. They, he's black and she's black, and I just see her making movements like this. We all know black women, only 2 things are happening. Either she's 1, cussing a motherfucker the fuck out, or praise dancing the Lord. I figured it was the former of the 2. So I called him again. I was like, yo, what's going on? Are we leaving? And red flag number 5, the most important red flag of them all, the end all, be all of red flags, he says to me, yo, I want to punch this bitch in the face. Whoa. Even if you want to punch a bitch in the face, you don't say that to the bitch you just met, okay? So I'm confused. I'm a comedian. I'm an asshole, too. So I was like, are you kidding? Like, what's going on? Should I leave? I don't know what's happening. He was like, no, man, I'm playing. Let's go. I'll be right over. So they come across the street. I'm in my car. Her car's parked behind mine. They get in her car. They're still arguing. She's in the driver's seat. He's in the passenger seat. I'm doing my lip gloss in the rearview mirror of my car. Out of nowhere, 100% true story, he punches her in the face, jumps out of his car, jumps into my car, and he's like, go, go, go! This must have just been a Tuesday for this bitch, because she automatically recovers. I was like, Glass Joe, is that you? She cuts me off. We are downtown Los Angeles, Wilshire Boulevard, rush hour traffic. She gets out the car and starts crip walking. She's like, bitch, get out the car. Bitch, get out the car. Bitch, get out the motherfucking car. I was looking at the bitch sitting next to me. I was like, bitch, get out of my car. This pussy gets out the car, runs down the street, leaves my door wide open. I think the situation's neutralized because he's gone, so I just closed the door. This chick is still crip walking and bobbing and weaving and talking shit, and I'm thinking in my head, if you were bobbing and weaving like that before, you might not have gotten knocked the fuck out. But those are my inside thoughts. And she's just looking at me. She's like, I said, bitch, get out the car. And I responded like a hostage negotiator. I was like, why do you want me to get out of the car? She's like, because I know you fucking him. I was like, nah, I just met him today. Don't know, bitch. Just met a man today, gonna wait for him for 25 minutes. I was like, oh, you don't understand. I'm single and lonely. I will wait for a dude I just met for 25 minutes. You let men punch you in the face. We all have shortcomings we're working on in life. I'll keep mine. She's like, oh, so you ain't gonna go pick him up? I was like, no, I'm never gonna see him again. And obviously just you and your eye never see him again either. And so she goes, and I go. And I go home and take a shower to wash the fuckery off of me. Get out the car, I have a voicemail. I get out the shower, I have a voicemail. Boop! Oh man, Joy, I probably scared you, right? But you gotta understand, that's like an everyday thing for us. Call me back please. For the record, I didn't call him back, but I appreciate his tenacity as if I was going to be like, oh, was that just Slap a Bitch Saturdays? I shouldn't call you on Saturdays. Thank you guys for listening to me. My name is Joyelle. Thank you guys. Thanks for
Keep it going for Joyelle Johnson, the cuckold whisperer. Keep it going for everybody here at DromeBox putting on the show you all saw tonight. For Andy Posey, Lisa Best, I'm Brock Wilbur. Thank you guys. See you in 2 weeks. Bye.